Hey guys, it's Allie Edwards, and I am diving right in to show you a quick process video here for how I put together Project Life for October 2019. What you can see right now is I went with 3x3s this month. Focus on 3x3s for the majority of my stories. And what I did as I looked back through my photos for the month of October, one of the things that came to mind for me is, what if I just took all of the photos, or the majority of the photos that were related to family or activities that I had posted on Instagram? What if I just took those words and photos and used those as really the base or the jumping off point for my stories this month? So that's what you're seeing me doing here. I have cropped and printed all of my photos. I also copied from Instagram, just directly from Instagram, copied and pasted my text, the little story that I wrote at the bottom of each Instagram post, copied and pasted that onto a 3x3 background, and I just played with colors that were from the October Stories by the Month kit that was available a couple months ago. So just kind of fall colored backgrounds. You don't need to have the kit for that. You can just do your own version or have them all be black and white. And you can see that I took two page protectors, two of the 9x12 with the 3x3 pockets. One of them I trimmed down. I cut off the end column there because I like to have my inserts be not as wide as the regular pages. So you can also see that I did print a big 9x12 photo of my feet on my porch with my dearly beloved pumpkins. That one, I also added my text in Photoshop. So lots of work this month was done in Photoshop before I came over to my table. I did add a chipboard piece there on the side. The text that is on the pumpkin page is really an overview of the month. Kind of what were the big things that happened this month? What were some of the general thoughts, general feelings? I liked starting out this month by having that on there. The other insert that I'm adding in right there, as you can see, and you'll see it again in a minute here, is a 6x8. I had two photos that I wanted to print full page. One is a picture of myself at the beginning of the month that I took sitting on my front porch, kind of welcoming October. And then the one on the back is a picture of my house that I took also during October, and I posted about on Instagram, which was just a picture as I was driving back to my house. And I had written, and it was raining, and I wrote a little bit about how thankful I am for this house and how thankful I am for the way that my story has evolved. All of that text got copied and pasted and put onto that 6x8 photo before I printed it out. Next up was deciding, after I got everything into the pockets, I decided to go back through my stash, and I'm pulling out things that have words on them, and looking for embellishments that I might want to add on here. I really went back and forth of how much do I actually want to add here? And this is, kind of a common thing. And one of the things that I said in the body of the post, if you read the post about this month's spread, is that I think it's a nice reminder that we don't always have to have lots of stuff or lots of crafty embellishments on it. Sometimes it's nice to have just words and photos and really keep the focus on that. And the reminder also that is the sum of all of these stories that is the most beautiful piece of this process, right? It's not any individual month. It's having all of these months together, coming together to tell the story of our year, right? That's what I'm looking for when I do this. So if I have a month where I decide to focus more on words and photos, like I did this month, where it's just really graphic rather than more play with product or more just crafty in general, like I'm totally fine with that. And so I actually really like how this one turned out, but I did have a hard time kind of deciding what do I want to put on there. So in the end, what I did, and you can see I started here, was I did take one of those, the Gratitude plastic word, which is from the Gratitude Story Kit, which is still available at this point in time. I found a rubber piece that says Every Day. That's from a past week in the life kit that's no longer available. I added those two to the outside of the page protector on the 6x8 insert. Then I knew that I needed a stamp. I needed to stamp something that would go inside the Avery index tabs that are added along the outside outside edge. This is Stories by the Month from last year, I believe, and it said it says like something like the story of right now. So I decided to use that. I just stamped it 4 times on the Avery Index tab pages or inserts there and slipped those into my 2 I'm calling them inserts. They're just, additional pieces of the story. I am still fitting this into my 9x12. I still have one. I think I'm gonna be able to make it. I think I'm gonna make it. We'll see. I have another one on hand, and we will be having more in the shop soon. 9x12 albums for those of you that may want to do this size next year. As you can see, next up, I am adding some embellishments, just very simple ones. These, I believe, were past add-ons for kit subscribers. We have add-ons available each month, and so I'm kind of just working through what was available on my desk. So there were rubber pieces. I think these were from November, if I remember right, from last month. The months start to get confusing here, but there were rubber pieces. There were these chipboard die cut or chipboard asterisks there, and there were also some word phrase chipboard pieces that you'll see I'm going to add on in a minute. So I'm basically just using, I think I used all of those the rubber pennants except one, and I am adding them to the outside of the page protector. You can choose what you want to do. This time I literally was lazy and I didn't want to pull the photos back and the journaling back out of the page protector, so I just decided to add it on top, and it works just fine, right? It's just fine like that. I did add a couple pieces from the October Stories by the Month chipboard set. I'm saving some of that because I want to use it. I have some Halloween stories that I want to tell, and so I wanted to save that for that. And you can see in here what I did is I didn't include a lot about Halloween. I actually just included the one photo that I had printed, or one photo that I included on Instagram with these witches hats that I like to hang outside. So my plan was that I wanted to do another layout, maybe 9x12, maybe 6x8. I haven't decided yet, or 12x12, but I'm going to do another one of those that's on my list of things to do here. So in the meantime, I'm just adding these chipboard words. Again, these were an add-on for subscribers, and adding them to the outside. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this one. Thanks for your patience as I got this out this month. Lots of things, lots of projects underway around here right now, and I will see you guys back here again next month with November Project Life.